Hello, hi guys, welcome to the Two Docs Podcast. I'm Dr. Ellie here.
And I'm Dr. Ingky, and welcome to the podcast whereby two medical doctors generally speak on a lot of non-medical stuff.
Yeah, so we talk about any kind of things from current issues to social issues to just about anything else.
Yes.
Right, so what do we have on this week?
So, I was reading an article. So, they polled about 1,000 marriage counselors.
Okay.
And then they ask, what is the main reason marriages fail? Right, the main reason marriages fail. So of course, if you Google that and all, you'll be able to see what are the top few reasons why marriages fail. But I actually have a very unpopular opinion on why actually marriages fail.
Or do share.
Okay, this is especially true for those with kids.
Okay.
All right. So the main reason why marriages fail is because the couples end up prioritizing the children instead of the couple's well-being.
What's so controversial?
Right. So, what a lot of parents,
do generally,
is put a lot of attention on the kids.
Yes.
Whereby they then tend to neglect, the communication or the romance or the bond between both husband and wife. All right. And generally, it does occur. All right. Especially for females.
Okay.
First-time mothers and all.
All right.
Normally, when you have a newborn, a lot of attention is shifted away from their spouse to the child.
Right.
All right, because the child requires a lot of attention. A lot of attention. I'm a new father of the third one.
You're not
right?
new.
Okay, I have 3 kids. All right, so my youngest is like 2 months old, and I can tell you, a lot of attention is on the baby
now. Even now also.
No, even now also, but not as much as the first
one. All right.
Right, it's because when you move attention to the baby, all right. And most of the time, yes, it is the motherly
required.
instinct. It is required. What happens is then the spouse feels neglected. All right, because now prior to that, you probably get 50% of the attention. Now you get 0% of the attention. Now, the reason why I say you have to prioritize the couple instead of the child. So a long time ago, before I got married, I actually went for a marriage counseling course.
Before you got married?
Yeah, very, very good course. All right. It was run by a Christian couple, but but me and my wife, we're not Christians, but we want to learn.
Okay.
So this marriage counseling has nothing to do with religion.
Okay.
But they teach about things to expect. So they pose a very important question.
All right.
They asked, are you the center of your universe? Are you the couple, husband and wife? Are you guys the center of your universe, or is your child the center of the universe? So you say you have to make that
clear first.
Yep. Because going into the marriage, if you both love children and you want to make the child the center of your universe,
so be it.
Then so be it.
Yep.
But if you want to make you both the center of your own universe, and when the child comes out, one of the spouse changes priority, then that's when the marriage will fail.
That's a concept of misalignment.
Yes, that's a concept of misalignment and changes in priority. All right, and most of the time, it is not communicated properly, and that's why one of the top reasons for marriage failure is communication. But it's a lot of times it's the change in priority, which causes the breakdown of communication, and then then the relationship starts to die off. For me, for my marriage, early on, we already mentioned, we must be the center of our universe.
All
then
right.
only surrounding us is the child, and then surrounding is the extended family.
Okay.
All right. That means that whatever happens,
The family is first.
Yeah.
But
husband and wife is first. Husband and wife is first, followed by the kids, followed by extended family. All right. It must go that way.
All right.
All right. So when you talk about a family nucleus, right?
Yep.
All right. You always talk about the husband and wife, and then the child.
Yep.
All right. Which is the same. Now, if the husband and wife marriage fails, which is the nucleus.
Yep.
Imagine
the core itself fails, right.
If the core fails, the entire thing fails.
Yep.
All right. So prioritize your marriage first, and don't prioritize the kids as much. All right.
When you say prioritize, what does it encompass?
Means that you have plans. All right. You are going out.
Right.
Suddenly your child is unwell, but not to the point whereby it requires hospitalization or anything, just mildly unwell.
Yep.
Most parents would just cancel plans and stay home.
Yep.
All right. But
that's normal.
Even though you've made plans
Yeah.
for months. You cancel the plans and say, you know what, I'm just going to stay home.
All right.
All right. Yes, you should look after the well-being of your child. But once you decide that, hey, he's not that sick, all right, you could always get a carer to come in and continue with your plans. Because what happens is when you abandon plans halfway, a few things happen. And a lot of times it's a lot of last-minute things. The person that you made plans with would be a bit pissed off. Because you already made plans for so long, and suddenly you say, you know, I'm not turning up. Even though the child is a good excuse, and everyone say
it's okay, it's
allowable.
okay,
it's allowable.
It's allowable.
But the next time when you want to make plans with the same person, the person will say, I'll think twice first.
Think twice first.
Yeah, I'll think twice. Secondly, what happens is then you put the child's needs before your needs, and then you get emotionally drained. All right, as a parent, you get emotionally drained. You get really tired.
Right.
All right. So I've seen a lot of parents who are like super tired of looking after the kids, but again, you know, they're there for the kids only. All right. So prioritize yourself and prioritize the well-being of your spouse. Because when you can do that, then your kids are happy. Because what happens is, I have friends who after the first, second kid, and they always mention, you know what, I regret getting married.
Resentment.
Right. Yeah, I regret getting married because everything has changed.
Yeah.
All right. For the guys, that you know what, she's no longer the same. She is now, you know, focused on the child only. You know, she's ignoring me. So everything has changed. For the wife, on the other hand, is I don't have time. All right. I'm only focusing on the child. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for myself. All right. So a lot of things change, and couples tend to then ignore one another. They either fight or they tend to ignore one another. All right, and there's a lot of resentment going on. And then the marriage will not be as happy as before. And surprisingly, right, the children can see it.
Oh yes, they can.
Kids can see it.
Kids can see. Kids have an innate ability to see non-verbal communication.
Yes.
Innate. They can read people better than adults can.
Yes, that's right. So just because you feel that you're prioritizing your child in front of you, you're making your child happy. But if a child sees that the parents are not happy, right, they will actually start to act up.
Yes.
They'll be rebellious, they'll start throwing tantrums, because for them, there is no love for their parents. All right. Whereas when they see outside their friends' parents are so loving, then they always say, you know, why can't you be more like them? All right. And a lot of things happen. And then again, as parents, you then when growing up, you then resent your child for taking so much time from you, and yet they resent you.
There's something that someone told me once before. I can't remember. It's been so many years, but it resonates with whatever you're saying. And at that time, also very unpopular, because you're saying prioritize your partner.
Yes.
Don't prioritize your child.
Correct.
Don't put all the eggs in your basket, even though that is traditionally, or especially in the Chinese family, that's what you're expected to do. You're supposed to provide for them, give them education, hope that they'll migrate and find a better life so that they'll look after you. What it was advised by this guy is that prioritize your partner, because when the day you grow old, the likelihood of your child coming back is very low.
Yes.
Very, very low. Especially if you're Chinese. Very super low. I mean, God, but it's very super low. Especially once they find better life out there. They've got better work opportunities. They will send money back, yes. And they may come back on and off. They may be there with you on your deathbed. But for the years before that, you are pretty much alone.
You are right.
And who's going to be by your side?
Yes.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You over-invested in an entity or a person that's not going to be there with you, and you neglected the one that's going to be with you.
You are totally correct. So that's why emptiness syndrome it actually is mentally and psychologically stressful for a lot of people, because the husband and wife now no longer has not communicated properly for the past 10-15 years, and now they're both left alone in the house. And they have nothing to say to one another.
Because they were supposed to be here.
Yes.
But
they have drifted apart over time.
The communication has always been, how's the kids?
How's the kids?
How are they doing?
The kids. Yes.
How's their studies?
Yes.
Oh, do you know, little John has a girlfriend? Or do you know Becky's got a boyfriend? Blah, blah, blah. Everything surrounding that. Your conversation does not differ very far. The most you go is, how's work? And that's it, full stop. There's no other communication that goes on. So when the kid starts leaving, there's no communication. You run out of topics apart from when are they coming to visit us.
Yes.
Even then, it drifts back to that area.
Yes.
And then you wait for the grandchildren.
You are totally right. You are totally correct. Because then now you are going to spend the next 20, 30 years of your golden years not talking to anyone.
Yep.
Right? And there is also, they actually did a particular, someone did a calculation in US. By the time, right, the child turns 18, right, you have already spent 90% of your time with them already. It means 90% of the time, 100%. So imagine, right, you spend 100% of the time with your child, right?
Yep.
90% is already used up for the first 18 years of your life.
Yep.
That means from the time they're 18 until the
day
time you die,
Yeah.
you only get to spend another 10%
Of the
with them.
overall
of the
time.
overall time
Spending with them.
Yeah, spending that. That means that once they leave the house, right, the likelihood of you talking to them, right, is actually very low. Very, very low already. Even, you can text and you can call, but it's usually very, very low.
Let's put a very simple example. For 18 years, you see them every day. And then after that, when they leave home, even if they come back, a weekend.
Yeah, Jenny is like weekend once
every week.
Once every week also. Once every week is
good,
it's,
right?
It's
Okay,
really good already.
Okay, let's say they come back. Oh, by then they're in university. So they
Yes.
come back during semester break.
Yeah.
So they'll come back and let's say you see them 2 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a year. It'll take 26 years to make 1 year.
Yes, correct.
26 years
Yeah.
to make 1 year
Yeah.
or 52 weeks.
Yeah, and this is provided they come back for 2 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
What about those living very far away?
And
Only
come back
comes out once a year.
once a year, 1
and
week
that
only.
they come back just a couple of days, right? So you are actually only going to be seeing them just for a few months of their time. Right?
Correct. Even let's say if you see them 1 month a year, it takes 12 years
Yes.
to compensate 1 year.
Yeah.
And
You're totally right.
Yeah, 36 years to give you another 3 years. So
totally right.
18 plus 3 is 21 years. You're going to see them a total of 21 years, provided if you even see them a total of 1 month every year. That means every single day.
Totally right.
So yeah, you're
So,
right.
Yeah, prioritize being a couple. All right, then only the children comes in, because when you are happy, when husband and wife is happy, generally the kids are happier. All right. So here are a few tips on what you can do to ensure that you and your spouse are in communicating terms and are in good terms. Right. First of all, do date nights once a week, at least once a week.
All right.
That means that leave the kids with someone, with a carer, with the grandparents or someone. Go out for the night.
Okay.
As if you're going dating. Relive the years of courtship. All right.
Okay.
Relive the memories of courtship. Go to your favorite places or try new places. Right. Just go out for one night. And in that one night, do not talk about the kids.
All right.
Do not talk about the kids. All right. It's challenging. Then you are then forced to find to come up with topics. All right.
Out of it.
Out of just the kids, because again, you'll be talking about kids 99% of the time. Now you need to speak on something other than kids. Can be
even friends.
Yeah.
Because you want to know laterally how your friends are doing.
Yes, correct. You want to know how one another are doing, how their work, how relive certain memories, or the plans for the future.
Correct.
Plan for the future. Again, without the kids, without the kids, don't talk about
put the kids inside.
Don't put the kids inside. Plan where you guys want to go for a short holiday, or what you guys want to do when you retire, right?
Or even
plans.
if you want to plan for your parents also.
Yep.
A lot of people forget that.
Yep.
There's one thing I read. Similar to what you said. Yours is like make it once a week, right?
Yes.
So that's another one I read. Every 2 weeks, take 1 day off.
Take 1 day off, okay?
1 day off. This
Okay.
date night thing.
Alright.
Every 2 weeks, take 1 day off. Every 2 months, take a weekend.
Oh, wow.
Every 2 years, take a week off.
Oh, nice.
It's a rule of 2.
It's rule of 2, huh?
Quite interesting, right?
That is actually pretty interesting.
It's very interesting. Again, every 2 weeks, just take one
night off, okay?
Every 2 months, take a
one
weekend
off, okay.
Like a Saturday evening and Sunday.
And
That's
every
it.
2 years, take a
1 week
off.
off. I think that is not a huge demand.
It's not a huge demand.
It's not a huge demand. It's
doable.
actually very doable.
It's very doable.
But you need to put it into motion.
Yes.
The rule of 2.
Yes. So one of the things that you can do is set a date, all right, ahead of time. All right, set it ahead of time. Put it in your calendar, whether it's a physical calendar or in your on your phone. Set the calendar there. Make sure that you go on this particular date or this particular weekend away. Make sure there's someone looking after the kids, and as the kids grow up, they'll be able to look after themselves.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
all right.
true.
So
That's
it
true.
actually gets easier
on
over
you.
time.
Yeah.
All right.
So
It gets easier over time.
Yeah. And you know, it doesn't mean that night means you need to extend to midnight.
Yeah.
You know, if you start earlier, I think 3-4 hours.
Yeah, I think a couple of hours is enough. You know,
Yeah.
just after work, go for
A meal?
Go for a quick meal. Yeah, sit down, chit chat.
Chat,
you know.
don't rush yourself.
Yeah.
So I would say it doesn't take that long. It's about
it
3
doesn't take
hours.
long.
Max at a 4. So it's not like as though it's going to be till late night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You need to party, get drunk or whatever. Don't need that. Just, I would say, civilized time.
Yeah.
Civilized time. So technically, if your child is old enough, you can go out at 5, you come back at 9. If they know how to put themselves to bed, just nice. If not,
Yep.
just in time for bedtime.
That's right.
So you're not losing out anything at all.
That's right.
What's your tip number 2?
So tip number 2 is, other than just doing date nights, all right, do shared hobbies. All right, find certain hobbies whereby both of you enjoy, or even if both of you don't enjoy the same hobby. All right, once a week, do the hobby that your spouse enjoys.
Okay.
And then the next week, your spouse have to do the hobby that you enjoy.
All right.
Example. All right. You like cooking.
Okay.
All right. You like to cook. So make sure she joins you in one of the session once a week for that particular cooking session. All right. Whereby if she doesn't cook, you know, at least she prepares the food. Stays with you in the kitchen. All right. So you're actually spending time together. Even, you know, again, it doesn't have to be out. You know, it can be even in the house itself.
Right.
You're spending time together.
Right.
Right. Because now your spouse is doing something that you like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that they have an insight, a glimpse of what you like to do, and vice versa. You do one activity that they like. All right. Whether they want to go to the day of the spa, they want to go shopping, or let's say they like gardening. Even though you don't like it, just spend a couple of hours doing what they like to do.
Wait, does watching television count?
Now, it doesn't, because when you watch television, there's no communication. Right? You don't talk to one another. And watching television, whether it's Netflix, whether it's Astro or this cable TV, when the moment the screen switches on, the communication stops. There's no talking at all. So watching movies and all does not
include.
count. It does not count.
All right, there's a clause to this.
There's a clause. Yes.
There's a clause. I
There's a
got the clause.
Right? No screen time.
No screen.
No screen time. All right, you are enforcing it for your kids. You are enforcing it for yourself
no
as well.
screen time.
No screen time. So when you do that, then you can then enforce the relationship between both of you. Foster that relationship between both husband and wife.
So that also means during dinner there's no work calls.
Yes, no work calls.
No work calls.
No work calls. Trust me, every call can wait.
Yeah.
Every email can be replied the next day.
Yeah.
Nothing is urgent. Even if your boss calls you, you can ignore it.
Got lah, unless your parents pass away.
Unless if it's that accident lah. I mean, if it's that, trust me, if someone calls you 5 times in a row, maybe you should pick it up.
Yeah.
But if your boss calls you once or twice, you ignore it, your boss is not going to call you back the third time. Don't worry.
It's after office hour anyway.
It's after office
You
hour
have to
anyway.
learn to say no.
Yes. Yeah.
Learn to say no.
Yeah. So learn to say no to a lot of things, but learn to say yes to one another.
Correct. Any more tips?
No, I think those 2 are enough, and they are not easy to execute.
Oh no, they're not easy
They're not
at
easy to
all.
execute.
They're not easy at all. I will just add one, is that relight your romance.
Yes.
As in, like, if however you were behaving during your courtship period, you still need to pretty much relieve it. If not, at least 50%.
Yeah.
At the minimum. Most people just let it fade to black.
Yes, you're
Fade
right.
to black, and then it becomes an occasional thing. You have to at least try to relieve 50%, if not 100. So getting that whole girlfriend boyfriend feeling all over again,
Yes.
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Especially once the kids come into play. But you need to try and bring back that
Yes.
kind of feeling, even if it's silly things like holding the door. I mean, start simple.
Yeah.
Don't go grand gestures.
Yes.
Grand gestures are nice, but it's not necessary all the time. The simple things matter, because when the simple thing starts, then you realize, it's easy. Let me just up it a little bit the next time. Stepwise, right? So remember what made you enjoy being with one another in the first place, and go back to that whole enjoyment all over again. Because if you don't, it will be easily faded off, and then before you know it, it's 2 strangers living in a house who cohabitate.
Yes, you cohabitate.
Yeah. You know, like you decided to rent the same place, and conveniently we'll sleep on the same bed too.
Yeah, you're just roommates.
Your
And
roommates.
at the end of the day, you're just roommates.
All right, so hope you guys found this session useful on why most marriages fail or get into trouble. Do hit the subscribe button so that on our next topic, you'll be able to be informed and updated. Like and share our content. Hit us some questions. We've got some questions we need to answer soon.
Yeah, I think probably what we can do is we can have one episode whereby we answer all the questions.
Yeah. It's called the giving back to you time.
It's a Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A. So it will be free topic. It will be all about you.
Yeah.
I think there'll be in two more episodes.
Yeah, probably about 2 more episodes.
All right. So till then, we're signing off. Dr. Ali here.
And Dr. Ingky, have a good weekend.